What up, world? We back at it again. I had some things I just wanted to run over right quick and talk a little bit about parenting. At a young age, I was always taught to not take no mess from nobody and make sure that you could protect yourself and could fight and all this and that. And at some point that is relevant, but I don't think that it's relevant in today's times. As far as being able to fight, I teach my son how to protect himself, but I teach my son more how to use his mind, how to invest his money, how to balance a checkbook, how to advance himself using the tools that are needed to reach a plateau at life that most of us are doing, working these jobs, go for a college degree. I don't instill in him the don't be a punk, you got to be hard all the time and all this and that. I don't agree with that, because I'm more instilling him to use his mind. It's a lot of people in a lot of high places that were taught this at young ages and were able to advance themselves and their careers. Now, I'm not saying that don't teach your son not to protect himself, but I think it happens more in an urban community that we dwell on, kind of wanting them to be hard and be the alpha male and walk around with your chest out and can't nobody whoop me kind of mentality. And I think that's putting a lot of young males behind, because you grow up and you're feeling like that's what is going to get you popularity. And another thing, I don't teach my son to worry about what his peers think of him, because eventually you will outgrow all your peers. Once you go through high school and all that and you're out on your own, your peers really don't mean anything, because you're at this alone. Okay, so you have a close net of friends and you will filter through those through life, and I'm walking with him with those steps to help him realize and understand who he needs to have around him as far as a support group to boost his life in a better direction. Now, I can't always make the decision for him. I taught this from my mother. I had to let him learn. All I can do is open the door and show him the way, and he has to walk it. It is better to teach them how to use their mind, teach them about college, teach them how to advance themselves, to invest in themselves, to invest in endeavors that will further their economical development. I used a big word there, but understand what I'm saying. And it happens, like I say, in mostly urban societies where you want your son to be the alpha male, the baddest guy on the block, and won't take no stuff. But I don't instill that in my son. I instill more of using your mind. Okay, we're not in the hood, and I'm, like I said, this is not anything about color. Please do not take this way. We're not in that kind of environment. So people who are in that environment, maybe they might have to do that. But I think it would be better step forth for a young male, even a young female, to teach them about financial stability, balancing a checkbook, credit scores, taxes. Teach your kids about taxes. What boxes to check? What does this mean? What does that mean? It's a lot of times we're feeding a lot of stuff into these children that they're not really going to have to use at some point in life. Yes, teach them how to protect themselves, but being a man is not just protecting yourself or being nice with your hands. It is being nice with your mind and being self-sustained within yourself to know that you can stand alone in this world and not worry about what the outside is feeding down your throat, and that you are perfectly okay with everything that's inside of you. Because we have a lot of issues where people killing themselves and all this and that because of all the peer groups and the pressure, and then, you know, you hear it and you see it, and we're not telling our kids enough that what everybody else thinks does not matter. We need to instill this in our kids more, because they are dying out here for what their peers think and feel, and they're going through a hard time. And again, like I said, the people who are from the hood might have to have this kind of mentality to live. But if you are not in this atmosphere, you should be teaching your child something else to be able to develop their minds and be able to advance them past the way that we thought back in the day. Back in the day, thinking is not going to get us forward. We can keep instilling these old ideas that we grew up with in our day and time, but a lot of kids now, they ain't out here fighting in these streets. They got guns. Don't nobody want to fight anymore. So I just wanted to touch bases with this, and there was a lot of other stuff that I wanted to say, but once you get on camera, you kind of forget what goes on. But instill more education in these kids and advancing their minds. Teach them how to protect themselves, but it's more helpful to a young child, female or male, about taxes, about credit, about everything. Walk them through. If you don't know, find out so you can teach them, and then they can teach their kids. Let's further education. Let's not worry about protecting ourselves or fighting, I should say. You should always protect yourself, but fighting so much, or being hard, or being the alpha male, we should worry more about the financial stability of our children. All right, peace.